Welcome everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to today's webinars where we're going to look at what is new in Flowmon release. My name is Filip Cerny. I'm the Flowmon product marketing manager, and together with me here is Martin Skoda, who is the product owner of the security piece of the Flowmon solution. Hi, Martin.
Hello, everyone. Hi, Filip.
Super. So we right now have a beta release of the Flowmon 12.3 release that is planned to turn into stable at the end of November. And we're going to start with the Flowmon new features that we presented, and then we are going to move on to the Flowmon ADS part. So Martin, the floor is yours. Can you now move to the Flowmon user interface? And we are going to be showcasing the new features in the live environment. So the first piece we've prepared in this release is the new navigation menu. Martin, can you show it up? Can you tell us what's new in there?
Sure, of course. So the new navigation header is like this piece on the top that we changed slightly. Our main goal was to make it more clear for you, and also to quickly navigate from the dashboards and reports to other part of the product. So I will start with the navigation. As you can see, when you click on the Progress Flowmon logo, you will be able to quickly go through all the products that are installed on your Flowmon machine. In this case, it's dashboards and reports, which we are currently in, but you can also go to the Flowmon Monitoring Center, and you can quickly go to the page you are interested in. So for example, if you want to go analyze flows, you will just click here, and you don't need to wait one more loading screen to get to the Monitoring Center, then to the analysis. You will be quickly forwarded to the place that you want to go in. Mm-hmm. This navigation header, as of now, is available only in the dashboards and reports. In other products, it's still the same, but we will get there. All the products will have the same navigation menu, and if you have also the application performance monitoring, the ADS, you will see all these products that on all these modules that you installed here. And for example, if you have the ADS, I will show it briefly in this machine. If you have the ADS, you also can get to that from the dashboards and report quickly to the page that you are interested in. So this is the navigation. That's the first part, first change in this header. Then we also changed the notification menu slightly. So you can go to the notification center, when you can see all the notifications and manage them, mark them as read. Or you can do so from this window that shows just the couple of last notifications. We also changed the user menu. So the module navigation was currently placed here. It is no longer the case. Here in the user menu, you will see just the information and options that are relevant to the user and the most used options. For example, if you are an admin, you can go to licenses or updates in the configuration center directly from here. Mm-hmm. So that's the new navigation header.
Thank you, Martin. I think this is especially exciting, and it can actually better the user experience of our customers, because you can actually skip the extra step by drilling down exactly from the menu where you want to go straight into the profiles or analysis and so on. So super, this is a good one. And the next new feature we have is the introduction of historical trends. So basically having a visual comparison of a current and historical data and comparing them. So can you show us how it looks, how that works? What's the options we can view?
Definitely. This new feature is great if you want to compare the current traffic with the previous, like how it went, how it increases or decreases. It will help you with some capacity planning to get some idea about how the volumes of traffic evolve. So First of all, this feature is in multiple places. I will start with the monitoring center and profiles. So right now, if I go to the historical trends, which is a new tab in the profile, you will be able to compare the traffic volumes. Don't be afraid of this blank gap. It's the time when when we got those chart data basically and installed it or copied it to this demo machine, because these are from the real environment. It looks prettier than our internal development environment. So that's just one thing I want to mention. So let's get to the feature. So in here, you can flexibly select the time interval that is interesting for you, what you want to compare. For example, you can go up to last 1 week, so 1 week back, and you can compare this 1 week to previous weeks in different like past or different past weeks. So if I want to compare this week to the week before, 3 weeks, 6 weeks, and 9 weeks, I can do so. And I can actually see a couple of lines. So the red one, or sorry, black one, shows me the traffic volume that is for this week. If I want to compare it with the week that was 3 weeks back or ago, I can just enable it and etc. for the other lines. You can also see it in the table. We compare the traffic volumes, the statistics. So if you want to see the precise numbers, you can check the table. And also if you hover on some number, you will see what is compared to what. So comparing to the week 3 weeks ago, we see that there is a decrease of 8% in the traffic. If we compare that week to the week that was 6 weeks ago, it's just 1.6. So this is something that will get you some idea what are the current volumes in comparison to the past. As I mentioned, this feature is in multiple places, or some of it, let's say. You can also see it in the analysis. So if I will just select the profile I prepared for this demo, let's say 4 days, we can see that there are a couple of channels. And if I want to compare just some channel, I can select it and see the average from 3 weeks, last 3 weeks. This is basically the new checkbox 3-week average that you can select here. It is really at 3 weeks back an average, so it's a little bit different than it was in the profiles, but still it will get you some, or the purpose is the same. It will get you some comparison to the past. And if you want to enable this feature, you just need to click on the change displayed channels, and here you just check this 3 week average line.
Okay, that's a great feature. I think this will help, especially be very useful for our customers and help them basically manage growth of their environment when they scale with their business. And if I'm not mistaken, you can also set this historical trend as a widget for your dashboards. Am I right?
That's correct. That's what I'm showing right now. So you can have it in the dashboard, but also most importantly, or more importantly, I would say, in the report. So any widget you can have on the dashboard, you can have also in the report. So if you have some scheduled reports that will just report you on how the network traffic volumes evolve in time, you can easily set it up and get some idea about how it increases or decreases. So that's pretty simple. You will just add this as a new widget. You can also configure it or select the time period here, select what profile you are interested in. So probably you can just select it for some internet going from your network to your network, so upload, download, and you can play it with it as you want because it's highly customizable.
Yeah. Okay, super. Thank you, Martin. I would just like to remind for those viewers who joined us a little bit later, as I see there has been a couple of them. You have your question panel on the right side. So if you have any questions throughout the webinar, don't hesitate to submit them in, and we will answer them either throughout the webinar or at the end. So going back to our presentation, this has been what's new in the Flowmon 12.3 release, and now we're gonna move forward to the security module, which is the Flowmon anomaly detection system, and its new version 12.2. So there has been a couple of new improvements, and the first one we're gonna look at is the AI-assisted analysis, right? So
Exactly. So why it's first is because it's basically the first thing you will see from now on when you log into the ADS, and also it's the feature that we believe will bring you a lot of value because it will help you to focus on what is important. Without needing to find what is important. So take this as a security AI analyst that sifts through the data that are available in the Flowmon ADS and just tells you the highlights. So as you can see here, there is a summary that is related to the selected time period. So for now, it's last 24 hours. And it highlights a couple of things. So firstly, it highlights how the average flows per second changed compared to the previous period. So if there are some traffic increases or decreases. We will also see the hosts with the highest number of detected events or hosts with higher increase in detected events. The last one that I mentioned is not shown here right now because it's below the threshold and it's not shown. But I will change the interval in a couple of minutes, and you will see how this summary updates. We also show here the methods or how many events we detected for particular methods. If there are some increases, what are the methods with the highest number of events, or if there are some methods that were not present in the previous interval. And as I mentioned, this is related to the to the selected interval. So you might be interested in seeing the highlights and changes compared to the last day, or for example, 7 days back, 1 week back, or a higher interval. So this is all possible. You will just change the time period, and you will see how the summary and the data that are shown updates. In the summary, there is also one thing that I kept as the last, but it's not the least. That's the threat score, and the threat score is actually a new concept that we are now using. It's a number by which we are identifying and notifying you about the most suspicious host in your network. So in the summary, you will also see the host with the highest threat score. It's number from 1 to 100, or the host with a significant increase in the threat score. So definitely something that you want to check out.
This is very interesting, and I can see that the threat score is nicely color coded. So we can see that from 11 to 34, it goes from yellow to orange, and I can imagine that the higher the number goes, that we will move to red. And I think this is especially useful features for our cybersecurity professionals whose main challenge is to, is the highest number of alerts, and they need to be capable of quickly prioritize what to focus on, and this is exactly the feature that can help with that. So
definitely the goal was to make the security analysts and engineers' life much more simpler by helping them prioritize work, so they will not have to waste their precious time by finding who is the most severe threat actor in their environment. So This is definitely something that will pinpoint what's important to our customers, so they can start dealing with that right away.
That's
One more
great.
thing I want to mention here is there are some question mark that are basically explaining what the information we present, what it means, what you should do about it, and also it explains how the threat score is calculated. So it's not only about the number of events. We incorporate multiple aspects. So besides, so the number of events is one, but there are others like priority of those events, number of targets in those events, so victims, number of unique MITRE-ATT&CK tactics and techniques that are assigned or mapped to those events. So there are multiple aspects that we take into account in calculating the threat score. And there is also one change in the events by host view. You can easily go to that view from here, or this is also the similar view. So this is the workflow, like when you are the security analyst and you want to analyze, you are presented with most suspicious host, you will just go through the events and easily and quickly see what was happening. But if you want to see the whole list of hosts, we now have the by host view that, well, it was present before, but now it's sorted using the threat score. So you can go quickly to this view and see all those hosts with the high or highest threat score and quickly assess the situation from here.
So for example, if I get a summary view and I can see, for example, the second line, the threat score, that the IP address has increased the threat score from 11 to 34, I can immediately check the full view and see how it ranks compared to the rest of the devices in my environment.
Yes, and you can focus only on that specific host, or you can see the whole list of hosts that are scored with the threat score, so, or sorted by the threat score. So you can definitely look at that.
I like it. I like it a lot. I think this is exactly the right type of those actionable intelligence that we always strive to deliver to our customers. So you know at the first glance what's most important, what to focus on, and if you need more information, you can always drill down or go to the description on the right side. Super.
That is correct. It's very or you can work from this summary down into the level of individual events, not only for the host but also for the detection methods. So from these highlights you can get to the bottom of the issue.
Super. Thank you, Martin. So let's move on to the next feature. And I'm actually very excited about the next one because it, I would say, brings our solution to the next level, and it's the IDS event visualization and analysis. So, Martin, why don't you show us what it's all about?
Yeah, I'm excited about this feature as well because let me just okay, yeah. This feature helps you to go quickly through the IDS events. I will firstly explain what is the difference. So the ADS, Flowmon ADS is based on the ADS detects the changes in behavior. So it's not signature-based solution for security. So we are not using any signatures. We don't have a database of signatures that we would use to detect some anomalies in your network. While this is good because you don't have to have the database of updated signatures, and for some threats, the signatures might not even be existing if they are recent. It makes sense to complement this type of solution with solutions such as IDS, Suricate IDS in this example, because these solutions are based on signatures, on the database of signatures. So it helps you to complement our approach with the signature-based approach to ultimately increase your awareness of what is happening in your network. So As I mentioned, we are working with the Suricata. It can be installed on our probes even. It's quite simple, and on our blog you can see the post about how you can easily enable this feature.
Mm-hmm.
And once you are receiving the IDS events in the ADS, you will be able to analyze them exactly the same way as you are used for the ADS events. So as you probably
Sorry,
noticed, yeah,
sorry to
Filip?
interrupt you, but just to clarify, so our key goal, or how we differentiate our network detection and response solution, which is the Flowmon ADS, is that it's not a signature-based detection, but it leverages a number of different approaches like AI, machine learning, heuristics, and so on to recognize those early indicators of compromise in your environment. But we do have signature-based detection add-on in form of the Suricata IDS that you can basically leverage for those additional insights. So this has been the feature that we've had for a while, but now we have a new visualization that Martin will now show you.
Exactly, you summarized it pretty well. So in the analysis, you can see that there are actually two tabs. First is methods. That's what you are used to with the analysis summary as extra now. But this is the event chart and the event table as you are used to.
Mm-hmm.
Now there is a new IDS categories tab that will show you the IDS events in the same way as you are used to for the ADS events. So you can see that it looks the same, has the same features, has the same filtering, and also the same drill down. So if you are interested in drilling down into the level of the IDS event, you can go to the IDS event detail level, where you can basically see all the information that we get from the Suricata. As you can see, the IDS event detail is the same as for ADS events, but it does not include all the options because the IDS events are not like brought in the information that that they contain. But we are we are adding what we can. So for example, related flows, this is something that you are used to from the ADS events. So if you see some IDS event and want to go into the detail, into the flows, you can easily do it. Just click into the related flows. If you want to do some further filtering, now we can see just two flows, but if there are plenty, you can go to the FMC, which pre-fills the filter, and you can basically process run a query over the data, filter what you want to see and analyze further. You can also see the related IDS events. That's also something that you are used to if you are using this feature, the IDS feature. And that's basically it. We want to make it as easy as possible, make it the same, use the same workflows, so you can analyze these events the same way that you are used to.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. I really like it. So we have the same standardized view of those events, same way we have for the behavior-based detection, as you can see in methods. The same way is now for the IDS categories, which includes the event detail with the related flows. We can also create those widgets for our dashboard as well. Am I right?
That is correct. So basically, any ADS widget we have also for the IDS events. The only reason it's obvious, it's populated with the IDS events. So you can create dashboards that are combining these ADS and IDS events. And I know the terminology ADS, IDS, it might be confusing. Hopefully you are still keeping track with me. But yeah, it's our goal is to make it the same. It doesn't matter what is behind that. That is Suricata, because we just want to like complement both approaches to get you better view on what is happening, and so you can have the widgets, and also you can have the reports as well. As I mentioned before, anything you can have in the dashboard, you can have in the reports. So
And in the end, the ultimate goal is to prevent our customers' environments against threats and prevent breaches. So if you have the view of either signature-based detection or non-signature-based detection, the ultimate view is that now you can have a centralized view throughout the dashboard as well as in the analysis for more better user experience.
Definitely.
Okay. Super, thank you, Martin. So let's move on to the next feature, and that is the application and platform information, or let me say more extended application and platform information that we can now provide. Can you show it us, Martin, what it looks like, what it's all about?
Definitely. Also a great feature in view that it will save you quite a lot of time and provide you some insights into what we detected, what the ADS detected. Because now if we detect some events, there's some external IP address, it might not be apparent from the on the first side what is the application on platform behind that IP address. So in that case, if you want to know that, you need to find it in some third-party solution. It takes you some time, but now we are extending the ADS with this information. So everywhere where you can see an IP address, and if it is external IP address, and if we have the record, we will show you what SaaS application and platform is behind that IP address. So it will provide you some additional insights to see if that IP address is TikTok, Facebook, if it is Google, if it is Microsoft, if it is some remote access application, if it's some OpenAI in IP address, etc. So this is now incorporated into the ADS, and give me a second. I will show you. No, I will go back. So as I mentioned, everywhere where there is an external IP address, you can see that information. So right now I can see it in the summary that there is some IP address that has the most significant increase in the threat score. All right, but what's that IP address? It's external, and here I can see that it's some Google IP address. If I don't recognize that icon, that logo, I can go into the detail of the IP address and see some description of the application. I can see that everywhere where there is an IP address, but it's also incorporated in more places. For example, here, whenever we have table with events, we have now new customizable column that summarize the number of applications that are in the event. So in some cases, for example, peer detection method that can detect that host communicates with multiple peers, and it's more that is standard in the network, so it's some anomaly. In that case, there can be plenty of applications, and you will see the summary in this new column that you can easily enable. So this is the analysis page, and you can see basically the same in the events. If you list all the events, I selected very long interval, but it's already loaded. I will just enable it, find something interesting. For example, here we have event DNS anomaly, where the host communicated with different DNS server. We can see where those DNS servers were, in which or which IP addresses it was communicated with, what were the DNS servers, what is the platform that they run, in which the service runs, and etc. So we can see that there are plenty of new views how you can see the IP addresses using this new mapping of applications. So all the IPs are, for example, aggregated in here, and yeah.
Yeah, this is great. This level of information can definitely help you streamline the analysis and investigation process. So this is definitely useful, and you can have it on a number of different places, as Martin showed, either in the list when analyzing events or when we're drilling down in the analysis view as well. This is great. Thank you, Martin. So let's move on to the next feature, and that is the detection of use case specific applications. So Martin, you're already in it or going there?
Yeah, I'm just checking because yeah, some of my prepared pages reloaded, so yeah, I need to find the right place again. But yeah, I'm here. So yeah, as Filip mentioned, we are also using the information to help you be notified when someone in your network is communicating with undesired applications. So you can basically create a blacklist for the application that are not desired in your network. It can be any of the list that is quite comprehensive. There is like over 1,500 applications that you can just easily select that should be blacklisted basically, or you want to be informed about that communication. And you can just simply create a blacklist that will notify you about such.
Looks like you need a new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not unique. Yeah, I created already. Okay, yeah. So.
But we can see how easy it is and simple. You can just basically go through the list.
You can just select the applications. I already created one, so with the same name. So that's that was the issue. So you can easily create the blacklist with the application that you want to be notified, and then once it's created and assigned to the blacklist detection method, you can easily see when this communication occurs that it occurred basically. Yeah? So here it's like for the purpose of the demonstration, we can see the detection of communication with Cloudflare, but it can be different things, right? In some European countries, TikTok is banned, or some companies are concerned about usage of AI. So you can include whatever other application you want to be notified about, and you will be easily notified.
Yeah, be notified how much users are using the ChatGPT, for example, can be a use case if they're using TikTok or any of the streaming services like Netflix and Disney and so on. Basically, this can help you create your own personal blacklist and be alerted when it's being used.
Yeah, and there is, as I mentioned, there is like 1,500 most used SaaS applications platforms in over 30 individual categories. So quite a comprehensive list.
Okay, super. Thank you, Martin. This is great. We're gonna move to one of the last features or news, and that is the product documentation library that is now new in the Flowmon user interface. So Martin, can you show us what it looks like, how we can get to it?
Definitely. So Flowmon has now moved to Progress Standard regarding the documentation. So right now the documentation is online, and if you use the question mark, go to user guide, you will be redirected to the user guide, which is online, that is used for all the Progress products. So as you can see, it's not the HTML user guide that was shown from the appliance, but it's online. It has some benefits that we can push the content, update it without the need of some release, and we can also redirect you from the correct page to the correct part of the user guide. So if you are in the settings and you want to find something out, you will be quickly redirected to the particular page that is relevant to the page that you are in the product. So this is now available for all Flowmon products, and yeah, that's basically it.
That's great. I specifically like the fact that when you're open to the user guide, you're redirected exactly where you started. So you don't need to start at page 1, but you can automatically continue your investigation or basically ramping up your knowledge at the place where you basically stopped or where you were interrupted. So this is really nice. Thank you, Martin. So now we're gonna move to the presentation, and there is we're getting to the end of our webinar, and there's just, let's say, 2 last news that we haven't shared yet, and that is number 1, the improved detection and accuracy of the dictionary attack and scan methods. So this is, one of our continuous work to make sure that our detection methods are always at the state of the art. They basically detect the least amount of false positives, and they can be as accurate as possible. So we continuously try to improve those detection methods, and with this release we focus specifically on those 2, which is the dictionary attack and the scanning method. And the other news or other improvements is the fact that users can now be informed about the flows that are not processed, or they basically exceed the limit. So you can see it on the second part of the picture on the bottom, where you can see the graph with the flow. Whenever there is some flows that are not being processed, it will be marked as red above the blue marked line. So you know exactly that, for example, you need to upsell or scale your Flowmon solution to correctly process all the data that you need, and you are immediately being informed that not all of your data is being processed.
Yeah, it can be issue because it affects the detection accuracy, because the detection methods will then miss some flows, miss some context. So that's definitely something that should be taken care of. And you can also see that information in the analysis summary. We will inform you about how many flows per second are not processed on average and in total. And as I mentioned previously, if you go into or hover over the question mark icon, you will get some additional insights. Why is that a problem? What you should do about it, and who you should contact. In some cases, it can be just slightly tuning the configuration, and you are good to go. Sometimes it might require an upgrade of the license.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Thank you, Martin. And I believe we are at the end of our presentation. So that has been the end of all the news and improvements that we've prepared for you today. I'll give you now time to submit any questions you might have to regarding the release. And Martin, if you could just go with the slides with me and go at the back, and we can just review the news one more time, what we've basically shown. So
definitely, give me a second. All right.
So first we introduced the news in the Flowmon 12.3 release, which is mainly the new navigational menu that let us drill down more easily into the specific part, whether it is analysis or events or a simple list of events by MITRE ATT&CK or by host and so on. So basically help us get into a deeper level from the first navigational view. And we're going to be basically introducing this menu in the other modules as well. Next was also the introduction of the historical trends. So now you can also compare the, how has your network been performing today as compared to the 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and so on. That is all for the Flowmon 12.3, and in the anomaly detection system module, we've introduced the AI-assisted analysis in the form of summary that you can now see at the top of the user interface, with all the news and relevant changes, as well as the threat score, which now lets you know exactly which IP addresses you should focus on first, because they are basically raising the threat score, and you can see that how a specific IP address is ranking compared to the rest of them as well on a simple list. Next news was the visualization of and analysis of our signature-based detection, which is the IDS events. So now you can visualize it the same way as you are used to for those behavioral-based detection methods. So you've got the same view. You can just quickly simply switch from methods to IDS events, and you can have the same view for signature-based detection. Next feature was let's say, extension on the information we provide you towards application and platform information. So this is available throughout the user interface, whether it is in the event detail, or if you're investigating a simple list of events, you can add this application view to help you more effectively streamline the investigation process by having more information about the application. And last or sort of last was the detection of use case specific application. So if there are any applications that you don't wish to see in your corporate environment, like TikTok or streaming services, you can really simply create a list of blacklisted applications and be alerted when those are in use. And the last thing that we mentioned is the introduction of the documentation library. So you can now go quickly into the user guide and be redirected to our public web page with the relevant information exactly where you investigated. And we also improve the detection methods and will inform you if not all of your flows are being processed. So that has been the end of all the information. That is the end of our webinar. Super. Martin, thank you very much. Thank you very much to all of our attendees. Thank you very much for spending time with us. And I look forward to the next webinar with you. Have a good day.
Thank you for your attention and have a great day. Bye-bye.